What up, guys? It's your boy APT Songs here, back with another music video reaction. So, there's a country artist out by the name of Jason Aldean, and he's got a song and music video for a song called Try That in a Small Town. It's currently #1 on Billboard as of this recording. Now, I have not heard this song. I just read about a lot of the controversies with this song, and especially with the music video. I believe they actually censored the music video by about 6 seconds, but I found the full-on original video with all the clips in it. So I'm gonna be reacting to the original video for Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town, so I can form my own opinion about whatever this is about, and we'll see what I think of it. So let's get into it. This is Jason Aldean, Try That in a Small Town. Here we go. Yeah, I can already tell what kind of video this is going to be with all the various flags and stuff in it, but we'll continue.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road.
So for one, I can definitely see why this song would be considered controversial, because he's obviously mentioning a lot of the things that happened in 2020 and 2021 with various protests and stuff like that around the country, where in the process of all this protesting, there were people out there that were burning flags and spitting on cops and etc. I don't think, based on the song thus far, that he's understanding the mental reasoning behind why those things were happening. So like for the people that are burning flags, for example, if you're in a country where you feel as though you're supposed to have certain rights and you as a person don't feel as though you're allowed to even exercise those rights, like you have right to a free trial, but instead people are getting killed by cops in the street without any official kind of trial or any kind of form of justice, then you would feel like the things that the flags stand for have no meaning to you because you're not able to benefit from what the things the flag stand for in the first place. Therefore, the flag is now meaningless. That's just an example of the many things or reasons I can get behind those things happening. But I mean, people have the right to feel however they want to feel. So I'm not mad at him for expressing that he feels bad about these things. I just don't think he has the full understanding of where that anger and resentment and these outcomes arise from, which is a lot of the injustices that people of color face and people of other sexes face. Like that's not being taken into account in this particular song.
Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town.
Also, there were protests happening in small towns. So, it was already being tried.
Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town full of good old boys raised up right.
Wow, he said a small town of good old boys. Now, for those of you not familiar with vernacular of that kind of sort, in the black community, the Good Old Boys Network is the people of white descent who are trying to keep the status quo up and not allow minorities or people of color or women in general to be able to advance and or, you know, challenge them in any kind of way. So they say the old boys are keeping things in check. So he's basically saying like, yeah, come to our town and try to do things differently and try to like, you know, raise political awareness and possibly try to like change things. And you're going to find out real quick that we don't take that around here. At least that's my interpretation. Obviously yours may differ from mine, but as a black person, I can attest, I have driven through small towns where I have literally seen things that say like, anti-woke, anti-gay, anti-whatever, pro-Trump this, pro-blah, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't feel safe going through those towns. So you might be right. I wouldn't try stuff in a small town, but like those towns do exist where that stuff is still going on.
If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town.
It sucks that this song has such racial overtones or such racist overtones because the guitar riff on this is absolutely incredible. Like, I'm a person that can say this song it's on some level definitely a racist type song, but man, do they make it sound catchy.
Try that in a small town.
These people never ask themselves why black people aren't the ones that are typically like putting these flags. Like you don't see a lot of like black dudes like say, I'm raising my flag, my country, blah, blah, blah. It's always white people. Why do you think that is?
Here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
These farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
Again, I just want you to notice at home, I want to stress, for the majority of this video, when he says the words, try that in a small town, the footage he's showing is of white people and good old days footage where it's just white people around. I'm sure there's probably a black person or two that might pop up in this video so he can say that this isn't a racist thing, but most of the footage he's showing in terms of small town and old school footage is of white people. Just things to consider.
Try that in a small town.
Wow. Well, they should have called that song racist propaganda. So, as I said before, the best part of the song obviously was the guitar riff. Like, the musicality of the song is actually pretty good. But that said, the messaging of the song, the idea that in small towns, you're not going to want to come there and try to protest or make changes or try to say that, cops are doing bad things here. Like, that's not really a good sentiment. I'm not surprised the song is #1 on Billboard because despite what people want to think in 2023, yes, America is still a pretty racist country for the most part. And it sucks because he has a great voice. He sounds good when he's singing. I actually do have country songs that I like. So the fact that this one is just so blatantly, and again, it's weird because like in a weird way, I'm like, in this country, he has the right to say what he wants. He has the right to make the kind of music he wants to. I think if this is what he wants to sing about, he's in his right to do that. I just don't have to be a consumer of it. And the messaging he's sending through the videos about how, old boy met with look at the white farmers. Look at back in the day when like everything was happy and hunky-dory. And look at the kids are playing hopscotch, and all white people. And then the black people shows like, these people are protesting, and they're protesting for what? They're protesting because George Floyd got killed mainly by a couple of white cops who were not allowing him to get up and breathe because of a false call about some $20 bill. Like, that was on top of the Breonna Taylor stuff, on top of the Ahmaud Arbery stuff. Like, that's the reason why all those protests were happening, because those murders happened and nothing was happening to get them to trial. So there were protests done. So they would say, we should maybe put these people on trial for that stuff. And it worked. Those people are on trial. Some of them have already been convicted of stuff. So protesting does work. Now, obviously he's talking about, because what will happen is this, these incidents will happen, and then if, a violent thing breaks out, then their response is like, they're just protesting and they're violent and burning down their own streets and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, again, you're not getting the reason behind the protest. And also, realistically, they're burning down those places. Again, I don't give excuses for that stuff. Like, I don't think in protest people need to be burning down stuff and destroying things. I'm just giving you the thoughts and mentality behind that, whereby it's the thought of, technically, they don't own those buildings. They pay the money to white people who probably own those buildings, and they're not getting the respect they deserve. So screw it, we're gonna burn the whole place down until people understand that this is serious. And also, it's a thing to put the cops out there, because if things are on fire and stuff, more cops gotta come. So it's like, it's a very complicated issue, and it's a very, it's a situation that needs more nuance put to it than this song is giving. All right. So I'm not saying what the people did in those various protests was always right, but to say that and therefore all protests are bad and they shouldn't happen, they're showing a small microcosm of incidents that happened when the majority of protests during that time were peaceful, so he can get his message across that, yeah, white people good, and they're saying that we're bad and we're not, and you ought to come over here and try to tell it. Like, it's bullshit. It's pure bullshit. But anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts. Did you like the song? Did you like the video? Did you not? Leave it down in the comments below. Also, let me know if there's any songs or music videos you'd like to see me react to. If I haven't seen it or heard it, then I'll take a listen. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video. I'm APT Songs, and I will catch you guys on the next reaction. I'm out. Peace.